Welcome to Barbie's Bitch House. Last time, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
That was when we were talking about Blanca and like the whole bathtub thing.
Also, we should know that Rocky followed me on Twitter. The author followed me and knows our podcast now. So, hey, Rocky, if you're listening, please don't hate us.
Yeah, please don't hate us. We're on chapter 8.
Yes. I get tripped up because this is episode 9, but we're on chapter 8.
Yeah. Okay, this chapter is called Cheese, Wine, and Cork.
And then you said he's probably the Cork. I remember that happening.
Okay. Bill's mobile rang just as he was reversing out of the Billings delivery parking area. He groaned in dismay. Today was the day. He didn't need insurance companies chasing him for non-existent accidents. The soaking of his uniform was totally on accident. How did these ambulance chasers get their information so quickly? Samantha wasn't to know the ramification of her pent-up actions. These women were all the same.
Oh!
What was it the press labeled them as these days? Lionesses? Cougars? Whatever. They were all dangerous in his book. The uniform was, however,
quite literally his book.
A virtual write-off. The purple piping was slowly merging into the dark green jacket material. God knows how he'd explain it to Beatrice, never mind his father. His mind swooned. Okay. Oh, Beatrice, how he'd love to make an advance. He just couldn't do it. He was too shy. Now he's shy?
Oh my God, Bill.
Okay. Bill reluctantly parked up and took the call. Is that Mr. William Badger of Harold's Emporium? The teeny? Detached voice at the end of the line asked.
Tinny?
No, I think it's teeny.
How's it spelled?
Tinny.
It's tinny.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Never heard that.
It's just like...
Why, yes it is, but I'm working at the moment, so I'm not free to chat. Yes, I'm sure that's so, but this is about your blood tests, which have come back to Dr. Studd. She'd like to see you this afternoon.
Dr. Studd?
If at all possible. It's quite important, actually.
Oh, thank God Dr. Studd's coming back. I miss that bitch.
I miss that poor.
That fucking filthy cougar bitch.
I still don't know how old she is. They say she's young. They say she's old.
I feel like she's 56.
I'm assuming she's like really old.
She's 56 in my headcanon.
Yeah, I would say about that, yeah. The voice at the end of the line died, indicating a similar result had been deduced for him through his blood work. Bill panicked just a little. No one wanted that sort of appointment, but he felt that he should get it over and done with. Otherwise, it'd be a dark cloud hovering over him for the rest of the week. I'll be there by 5:45 p.m. at the latest. It's the best I can do today. I'm sorry. You'd better tell her I'll be soiled.
What? I feel like he shit himself.
No, I think it's saying that he got like water all over him, I think.
Oh, I'm soiled.
Okay, no matter. That would be perfect. Dr. Studd will be able to slip you in at the end of her regular sessions. Goodbye.
I hope she doesn't masturbate in her chair again.
Oh, that was so... Ugh. Bill went back in the driver's seat. What else was going to happen today out of the blue, he asked himself. And why would she slip him in? Bill's stomach lurched at the thought. Slip him in?
He's like...
Okay. In actual fact, it was reasonably uneventful day for Bill. And with only the that is not cheese. The Chelsea girls' private school left...
Cheese girl?
I was going to say cheese girl. But Chelsea girls' private school left to deliver a shed load of wine and cheese for their annual parents' evening. He was finished. It was obviously going to be a boozy affair, he thought. 12 dozen boxes of wine and 26 different varieties of cheese. The big hitters must be in town.
The room's gonna fucking smell.
It was, however, not the first time he'd seen this pattern of events. His own father, Harold Badger, used the technique once a month, calling it an extravaganza of cheese fused with wine. What a lazy bastard. The top 24 individual family spenders for the previous month were invited, and Bill was always on duty behind the wine table. It was there that he learned the differences between a Chablis and a Mersault, a Claret and a Shiraz.
What the fuck are these things?
From time to time, he would also reacquaint himself with the more adventurous of the ladies to whom he delivered when a one-way bout of backside pinching would commence. What? What?
This chapter is so weird.
What? Okay.
This chapter feels like an aneurysm in writing form.
Samantha Billings and her mother were indeed regulars. Okay, there's the Samantha girl. Bill pulled up outside the school gates and tooted his horn. Security noted his registration plate and waved the big van through. Bill headed for the sports pavilion where the event was taking place. He reversed slowly onto the bowling green, making sure not to mark the grass, and parked up. Okay. Miss Goulemont strode across the hockey pitch, dressed only in an open white sports shirt, black string thong, and leather sandals. Okay.
Why the fuck would you wear that at a school meeting?
She'd already decided she would fuck Bill before the boozy evening function. She needed the release to enable her to perform at her highest level.
Oh, God. I feel
George
like it's
Summers, her headmaster, very part-time secret lover, demanded it.
I'm so... I feel like it's just like an old lady, and she's like...
Okay, I'm hoping she's not young, because it keeps saying, like, her headmaster, so wouldn't that mean that she's in this Chelsea private girls' school?
I mean, unless it's like a college.
I don't know. It doesn't specifically... would a headmaster be a college?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe she's in college. I was like, how old is she?
Because British people use different terms than we do sometimes.
Probably. Bill, it's you. So lovely to see you so soon after your last delivery. Yes, Miss Goulemont. Do you know your breasts are showing just a little? Bill replied nervously and quickly continued unloading the wine boxes. He's going to unload something. Jenny Goulemont smiled her wicked smile and beckoned Bill inside the sports hall. I'm probably saying her name wrong, but I say it's probably Goulemont, but I'm like Goulemont.
Sounds like goulash. Miss Goulash.
As she marched across the basketball floor, she pulled the shirt off her back and threw it to the ground. Bill watched her now unobscured perky ass gyrate as her thong was basically a piece.
Is she just fucking vibrating?
Of black string. Is she fucking naked now?
I think she is. I think she's vibrating and she's naked. So it's like,
Jenny Goulemont was pulling out all the stops as Bill followed her to the kitchen area of the sports pavilion. I'm imagining her just ripping off her clothes and the other people that are around are just not seeing it or anything.
Just imagining.
She's like...
I'm just imagining the minute she takes her clothes off, you just hear it's silent and immediately goes, I'm bringing sexy back.
Wine over there and she's over here, Bill. Please. Her outstretched arms pointed to where she wanted Bill to place the orders. Bill meekly placed the delivery where he was instructed and watched the nearly naked Jenny Goulemont observe him keenly.
Is he going to use her ass as a table to put cheese on?
So he's probably going to eat it out of her ass. Jenny licked her lips in anticipation. Now was her chance to seduce Bill and set herself up for the evening of arse licking that having parents around entailed.
Ass licking.
Arse licking.
So ass licking.
Well, yeah, it's arse, isn't it?
Arse, yeah.
Yeah. Jenny slowly walked over to Bill, kicking off her sandals. Oh, the bitch takes off her sandals now.
She's like, you need to see my piggies.
And placing her thumbs around the string support of her thong. Can we really call it a thong at that point if it's like one piece of string?
It's like a piece of thread.
Yeah.
Like around her waist.
It's literally like a little, I'm imagining like a little piece of thread that you would use to like sew things with, like that thin.
I'm imagining it's just like around her waist. It's not even covering her bits.
Yeah.
Her private pussy area.
She let her breast sway from side to side under Bill's nose and waited for Bill Badger's cock to make itself known.
This is reminding me of that scene from Diary of a Wimpy Kid where he's like swinging the corn dog from under his nose. That's her with her titties.
Bill lowered his eyes. He couldn't help it. That deep sense of primal instinct awoke in his groin and his penis shuddered free of his boxer shorts. As his cock rose, so Jenny pulled down her thong, letting Bill observe her partially shaved vagina and the moisture gathering where her labial folds hid her clitoris from view.
I feel like I'm just visualizing an Arby's sandwich. A roast beef sandwich right now.
We have the meat.
We have the cheeses. The meats and cheeses.
I'm just thinking about, like,
Jenny from the block.
no, it's half shaved. Like, so, what do you, like, are you talking about, like, maybe, like, she didn't shave, like, all of it? Or are we talking about, like, it's down the middle?
That's
like,
what I was thinking, too. I'm like, girl, and oh my God.
Okay. Fuck me urgently, Bill.
Fuck me urgently.
You know you want to. Jenny whispered in a hoarse voice into Bill's right ear.
Fuck me urgently, Bill.
That makes me imagine her being really fucking old.
I feel like she is.
Her hands gently slid down the zip of his uninformed trousers, releasing his manhood. Oh, I hate that.
Oh.
Bill uttered a deep groan of awkward acquiescence.
Oh.
Okay.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't fucking know. They... Thinking of his semi-unsoiled appointment with Dr. Stud in an hour's time, it didn't take Jenny Goulamont long to have Bill's Starkers, and she set to work on him with gusto. Her throat glided up and down on Bill's hardening cock, making sure each time to squeeze it that little bit harder. She licked the small drops of moisture that began to emanate from its tip delicately with the tip of her tongue. The result was to entice her to even greater sexual pleasures, and soon she had his cock deep inside her vagina.
Oh, God.
Jenny twisted and turned as she fucked Bill harder and harder. So, is he sitting down and she's just like going ham, or are they like standing up?
She's doing the grapefruit technique.
I'm imagining when it says like no, when it says twisting and turning, I'm imagining a crocodile death roll, but like on his dick. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't, but I'm gonna laugh anyways.
You don't know what a crocodile death roll is?
No.
It's where it grabs it, then it just
on his cock.
Yeah. I'll show it to you later so you can understand what I mean by that.
There's a squirrel over there. There's a lot of squirrels.
Yeah. Okay. Bill eventually responded by grabbing her tits and squeezing her nipples so tightly she started to scream in anticipation of her orgasm. He barely touches them once, and then they're already ready to
squirt. Does he have a fucking Midas touch?
Her orgasm, which was slowly building deep within her. At last, she could contain it no more, and her brain exploded in deep sexual gratification as she climaxed and expertly took Bill with her. The two rolled over on the warm Cork tiled kitchen floor.
Imagine someone walks in and they're like, "Oh, that cheese smells good." Wait, there's no cheese here. There's no cheese here yet. What?
Bill slowly pulled his cock out of Jenny's vagina and pulled his foreskin back to its correct setting. Oh, are you telling me this motherfucker's uncut?
Oh, that's even worse. Ew, Bill. Ew.
The dick cheese.
Oh! I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it.
He probably does smell like cheese.
Bill Badger needs to fucking take a shower.
Let me, Bill, gasped Jenny as she gently reordered Bill's fleshly folds. I fucking hate that. Bill, you were fucking brilliant. I never orgasm like that, ever. Yet you do it for me every time. What's your secret, Bill? Bill shrugged and said, Miss Goulamont, you do know the wine is on sale or return, don't you? The motherfucker changed the subject so fast.
I feel like this could be like a perfect ad for like sex medicine or something. Being like, how do you do it? Well, Barbara, I take Chantix. Or whatever the fuck.
Jenny Goulamont smiled and said, yes, Bill, I'm sure there'll be only one bottle to return. You can collect after classes tomorrow afternoon. That's a bunch of non-pause. Bill said nothing and quickly dressed after he had a doctor's appointment to get to. Bill parked up on a leafy side road, just a 2 minutes brisk walk from Dr. Stud's practice. He knew the road well as he had 1 or 2 diplomats' wives as customers on it. Parking was always easy as they and their husbands didn't own cars, embassy staff or taxis being their preferred mode of transport. His van also wouldn't attract any attention, as it was the regular fixture at all times of the day and early evenings. before the hard-working diplomatic husbands made it home from their latest international crises. Bill smiled to himself and shook his head and set off down the road at a good pace. Dr. Stud's gonna be like, who did you fuck?
No, she literally said, do not fuck anyone within 24 hours. Oh, she's gonna be pissed.
Well, technically, is he really going for a checkup, or are they trying to tell him what his blood test came back as?
They're never gonna just tell. There's some shit attached.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, like, they said something about, like, blood work or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Bill pushed the gold leaf bell button, strategically located to the left of the large black door leading to Dr. Stud's rooms. The black door buzzed back and Bill pushed it open. Inside, everything was a deathly quiet, and Bill checked his watch to make sure he was on time for his appointment. Oh, no. He was, but even the receptionist had presumably gone home. Bill looked around and decided his best course of action was to sit down and wait. After all, someone had buzzed the outside door open. A few magazines were scattered around, but Bill couldn't find a copy of the Grocer, so opted for He-Man Today.
What the fuck?
His reasoning was simple. He might as well be seen reading the correct stuff if anyone was observing on the CCTV camera blinking away in the opposite corner. Bill was right. Dr. Stowe was carefully noting down his every movement in her consulting room just next door to where Bill was sitting. She stood up, removed her thong, and left it draped over Bill's seat. She sincerely hoped there'd be no further need for it that evening, provided Bill responded. So, okay, what do we think about that chapter?
Oh, the chapter's over?
Yes.
I thought it was kind of fucked up. The fleshly folds made me want to... Harry Potter and the fleshly folds.
No, all I can think about is the foreskin.
I just not...
The wine and cheese had no... Just, why do they reveal now that he has a foreskin?
I feel like the wine and cheese is like because like the bitch was whining, he had cheese, and they corked. If you know what I mean. That was so... Oh, wasn't my favorite chapter. I think the previous ones were better, but I mean, it wasn't... At least it wasn't like chapter 2, where nothing happened.
Yeah, and then chapter 9 after this is called The Second Appointment.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So Dr. Stud is coming back, apparently.
Yes.
Do we have any other thoughts about that chapter?
I think Bill needs to go to the doctor and get circumcised at 27, 26, 27.
I think he's 27.
27, he needs to go get circumcised again. I mean, not again.
I'm just thinking about at the end where she's like, let me, and then like she just moves it back. Ew, I fucking hate that.
I can hear the slime as she moves it back. And it's just like you can hear it. It's just so gross.
It does sound really gross. Okay,
guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.